Welcome, everybody. We're about ready to go. It's going to be the Colorado Avalanche and the Montreal Canadiens in game number 4 in Colorado. And when we take a look at this, remember Colorado won the last game, and they looked really good doing it. Montreal was close, a very defensive game, but right now it's going to be game number 4. If Colorado wins, they're going to be up 3-1. One more win and they win it all. But if Montreal wins, it'll be a best of 3. So we're about ready to go here in Colorado and Montreal. And we're going to be ready to go. And the drop the puck here, and we're going to be underway. So that's going to go over to Richard, over to Blake. Blake again will take a look to the near side. Colorado wins it, and we're underway. Into the Montreal end. They want to score first. They got Ray Bourque. The shot no good. And Morin's the other way. Remember early on it was 3-0 Montreal in game number 1, and it looked like they'd run away with it. Richard, the shot to save, and here comes Tanguay over to Sakic. Sakic over to Bourque. He's going to bring it into the Montreal zone. Bourque will move around. They push it over to Blake. The shot, that's going to be a save. Haydick again. Haydick will take a look. They go to Tanguay. Tanguay the hard hit. And here's Richard. Richard will bring it around. Here comes Richard. Here's Maurice, the Rocket. They try to go to Henry and they can't do it. Howie Morin's over and into the corner. They're going to try and take a shot. They won't. Bourque over to Blake. Blake again will bring it over. Here comes Blake into the Montreal zone. Rob Blake, the shot no good. And Richard again. Richard over. This is Henry, and he can't have it. Claude Lemieux over to Podine. It's very beginning here. Sakic again. Sakic to Bry. Over to Blake. Over to Lemieux. The shot no good. And Sakic was in the front, but here's Claude Lemieux. The shot again, and it's a save. Danfus again, 4-1 in shots for Colorado. Bellevue will take a look all the way into the Colorado zone. Hit hard, Bellevue in front, no good, and Podine will have it for Colorado. DeVry over to Forsberg. Here they go, it's going to be into the Montreal end. Forsberg, the shot no good, and over to this side, PK Subban will have it. Again, it's no offside, so it's really a lot of breaks now. Bellevue, a 2-on-2 and a hard hit, and Adam Foote will push it all the way down, and that's going to be a whistle. It'll be icing. So now the face-off here in the Colorado end. Adam Foote will have it. They'll push it down, Foote over to Podine. Podine will have it all the way over to Claude Lemieux. Lemieux to Forsberg. Forsberg will take a look. Forsberg will put it into Podine, and that's going to be a save, a penalty. That'll be on Colorado. Bellevue again. Bellevue to Danfus. Danfus will push it over, and here comes Bellevue. Bellevue shoots, and that's going to be a save, Patrick Roy, and a penalty for 2 minutes. That's going to be Sean Podine. And Sean Podine right there, running in right to Patrick Roy, and there it is. So, Montreal now. Howie Morin's. Morin's again, 6-2. In shots, nothing here. Uwe Krupp. And they're going to push it down. Here's Haydick again. Haydick on the move. Haydick the shot and a save. They're shorthanded. And Raw again. That'll go behind the net. Haydick again. Larry Robinson will bring it up. Here they go. Here's Richard. The Rocket to Henry. Krupp again goes all the way down and clears. So almost halfway through the penalty. Robinson over to Bellevue. Bellevue into the Colorado end. John Bellevue trying to get open space. Vinny D, the shot and a save. Bellevue again, 7-3 in shots. Cornier, the shot again. Wide. Cornier is a good shot. The shot, they score. Vinny D, his 15th goal of the playoffs. And Vincent Danfus, who had the game winner, makes it 1-0. Vincent Danfus had the game winner. It's 1-0 here. 1-0 game. And Vinny D right here putting it in. Montreal with the lead they wanted. They did not want to go behind Colorado. Colorado knew how big this game is. Game 5 is in Montreal. If Montreal wins these two, they know that they're going to be way ahead in momentum and points. So 1-0 Montreal leads Colorado. They're going to push it back. They go Langway over to Richard. Richard to Morenz, no good there. They're going to push it out. Sakic on a hard hit. Hard hitting there, and they're going to push it around. Here's Henry Richard, and it'll be 4-on-4, a boarding on Henry Richard. And now they're going to take it 1-0 Montreal. And a hard hit. Henry Richard will go down, and it is a boarding call early on. So early on, they went about 3-4 minutes. Didn't have a stoppage, but now they do. A few of them, 7-5 in shots, Colorado. Face off now, 4-on-4. It's going to be wide open and run and gun. They go to Mahavlich. Mahavlich now 1-0. Subban can't have it, and Elmer Locke almost put it back. Sakic again. There's going to be a hard hit. Locke into the corner. Locke will go, and they're going to push it aside. Here's Locke. Elmer Locke, and Sakic again will move it. Sakic, it's a 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. Langway will push it all the way down. And here's Bork. Bork over to Sakic. Joe Sakic over to Blake. Here's Rob Blake. Blake over to Savard. Here's Elmer Locke. Locke again, 10 seconds to go. Locke will take it over. Mahavlich to Savard. There's LaPointe. Mahavlich now. Under 30 seconds to go. Blake to Haydick. Haydick, it's going to be all the way around. Jones again. Bork over to Rob Blake. And they're going to bring it up with no time left. And they're going to push it in. Here's Yell. Yell in front, trying to tie it up. And Savard will have it. Savard all the way down to Richard. And Richard to DeVry. DeVry over to Jones. DeVry will take it. DeVry will push it back. DeVry over to Podine. Here's Scott Podine. Sean Podine. To Stefan Yell to Jones. Jones over to the side. And Cornier will have it the other way. Almost halfway down the first. Cornier is 5-on-5. The shot to save Patrick Roy. And DeVry they'll push it out. They want to thin the ice out. Yell, it's going to be 3-on-3. But the puck is stuck near the side. And here they go. They push it up. It'll be pushed all the way back in. It'll be an icing. 1-0 Montreal leading Colorado. It's 7-7 in shots. And Yell, a hard hit by Maurice Richard, the Rocket. Rocket Richard. And now Dan Foose against Yell. Vinny D with the only goal today, and that'll be Richard over to Mahavlich. Mahavlich will put it past Ben Ice, and it'll be up and going away. Into the back. Here's Lefevre. Lefevre a hard hit, and he just gets it up and over to the other way. They take a look. They push it around. It's going to be over to the very back. Here's LaPointe. LaPointe will have it. LaPointe going to the far side, down to the near side across the ice. They're going to take a look to the near side. They go across the ice again. Here's Richard. Parker with the hit. The puck goes down. The Rocket trying to fight for it. The Rocket will pick it up, but hit hard there. Langway. Over and will be to the near side. A hard hit. And to the near side, here's Vinny D. Has a goal today. Langway over to Richard. Richard over to Mahavlich. Mahavlich to LaPointe. LaPointe a hard hit. Here's Langway over to Richard. Your shot no good. And Parker again will go. Here they go. Parker over to here comes Wolski. Wolski in front. Wolski. Oh, what a save. And he stays out of the goalie's crease. They don't want any sort of penalty happening. And here's Larry Robinson. Robinson again onto the near side. The puck will go to the back of the net. Richard, the hard hit to Blake. Rob Blake and now Claude Lemieux. Remember last game? Claude Lemieux scored. Not many goals in the last game. Forsberg, Lemieux, the save. Larry Robinson will have it behind the net. They push it over to the side. Howie Morenz. Morenz will bring it up. Morenz over to Robinson on the near side, cross ice. To the Rocket. Over to Larry. Slap shot, and that's going to be a save. Raw. And Ray Bork will push it up. Here's Sean Podine. To the nearest side. Here's Forsberg. Forsberg will bring it down to the middle. Here's Rob Blake. The shot no good. And Robinson will get the rebound for Montreal. 1-0. It's a brutal game. A lot of hits. Here's Bork on the steal to Haydick and a save. Almost again like a goal like they had in the last game. It's 1-0 Montreal. Richard over to Morenz. Morenz again. The shot saved by Raw. And that's going to be a whistle. And oh my. It is tense. It is very, very, very tense. As Henry Richard gets hit. A lot of skating and a lot of playing right now. Not a lot of stoppages. They love it right now. So Montreal 1-0 over Colorado. Face-off. Chelios in front. Elmer Locke and a save by Patrick Raw. Sakic again to foot to DeVry. They bring it over to Mahavlich, over to Locke. Haydick again over to Mahavlich, and it'll go on the back. Sakic again on the near side. There's going to be a power play. Geoffrin with a boarding call. And guess what? It's going to be a power play for the Avalanche. The Avalanche win the game, then every other lead they have will be an elimination score. So they're trying to win this game. Geoffrin goes down. Game number 5 is in Montreal. So if they can win the 2 here, they'll guarantee game 6 will be at home to try and win the whole thing. That's how big the game is, but it's 1-0 Montreal. They go back. Blake over to Bork. Bork trying to take the shot. No good. Forsberg again. Forsberg around to the back of the net. Robinson and high and Sakic. Sakic again. The shot no good. Lemieux over to Damphousse. Damphousse. A hard hit, and look at this as we go over to Bellevue. Bellevue with a minute to go. 1-0 Montreal. Damphousse again. A hard hit, and here's Lemieux. Bork all the way down to Sakic. Here's Joe Sakic. Over to Blake and a hard hit, no good. Rebound, Bork, the shot saved by Patrick Raw. Chelios will have it, 30 seconds to go in the power play. Robinson, here's Larry Robinson to Damphousse. A hard hit, and Ray Bork to the near side. Jones over the side, no good. And Mahavlich will take it. That's going to be zeros, and now we are 5-on-5 again, 1-0 Montreal. Locke, a hard hit. So they're going to take a look, and they keep hitting hard. Here's Rob Blake over to the side. Bork over, and they're going to hit it hard here. Bork. Geoffrin into Locke. Locke no good to Raw. They're going to push it out to Blake. Bork again will bring it out. Here's Bork. A hard hit there. No good. 2.5 to go. Geoffrin again. To PK, they go to Mahavlich, inside to shot, no good. Geoffrin again, Langway to Locke, in front to Subban, can't get it, Geoffrin again to save. 13-11 in shots, Montreal now with the lead under 2 minutes. They bring it over to Parker, Geoffrin again to steal. They go to Locke on the near side. Locke, they push it over, and guess what, 1:30 to go. The hard hitting for the puck, 1-0 here, 90 seconds. They're going to bring it over to Foot. Foot will push it over to Wolski. Wolski brings it into the Montreal end. Wolski, no good there. Locke will pick it up to Richard, the Rocket. Under a minute to go. And here they go, 53 seconds to go. LaPointe to Morenz. They go to Richard. The shot no good. And Patrick Raw on a whistle. 44 seconds. 4 seconds to go. Vinny D with the only goal. Savard over to LaPointe. The shot no good. And foot will go to the near side. DeVry over to the near side. LaPointe all the way down. And an icing call with 16 seconds to go. Henry Richard, number 16. But there you see, oh, LaPointe got hit. Hit hard, and now the face-off, 16 seconds to go, 15-11 in shots. And here they go, Sakic against Varennes. They're going to put it down. They take a look, they put it, it'll be Montreal's. 10 seconds to go for Savard. Tanguay will steal it, they bring it over to Uwe. Here's Sakic, can they put it in? Sakic, the shot no good. Sakic almost, and that ends one. At the end of one period, it's 1-0 Montreal. At the very end, almost. I mean, that was very big at the very end, almost a 1-1 game. The second period ready to start. Montreal 1, Colorado nothing. Here in the second, they're going to push it down to Chelios, and Chelios will move it over. So Chelios to Richard, the shot no good as we begin the second period. Over to Chelios. Varennes over, Robinson, Chelios in front, no good, and here's Haydick. Haydick again will bring it over. Haydick. No to Robinson, and Haydick again for Colorado. Richard. Varennes over to Chelios. Over to Richard, they go to Blake. Tanguay. Haydick again. Chelios. We'll bring it over to the near side. They go to Bellevue. Bellevue over to Damphousse, and it's going to be in front for Richard. No, Vinny Diaz shot no good. And Sakic will go the other way. They go to Rob Blake. They push it up to Claude Lemieux. Here's Lemieux. The shot no good there. Langway again to the near side. Here's Vinny D. Vinny D on the near side. He's going to take it over to Cornier. Cornier has a good shot here. The shot no good, and they're going to push it over. Lemieux over to the behind the net. Here's Claude Lemieux. Over to Ray Bourque. Over to Podine. Podine again, the shot no. Locke again over to Langway. Langway will have it. They're going to go over to PK Subban. Over to Mahavlich. Mahavlich, the shot no good. Raw again to DeVry, to Yell, and they're going to bring it up. I mean, this is free-flowing. A lot of this game is free-flowing. Usually it's 20 minutes a period. 16 minutes to go. This shot saved Raw, and they're going to go to Blake, Rob Blake. They're going to push it up. Oh, hit on the ground. Here's Mahavlich in front, and that's going to be a save. Usually it's going to... There's Savard to LaPointe. LaPointe was hit earlier, and he gets hit there. You know, 20 minutes now, and we're a quarter of the way into the second period. Savard to LaPointe. This has been a very free-flowing game. Mahavlich over to Giaffre, and the shot save. Rebound, Mahavlich. No, and Raw, and they got men trapped back. Here's DeVry. They want to move it over to Hinault. Hinault, they got a man up front. Here's Hinault, the hard hit, and Locke again. So Locke will push it up to Gainey. Bob Gainey over to Savard. Savard in front, Mahavlich scores. Pete Mahavlich has given them a big 2-0 lead. And of all the points in this series, Colorado wanted 3 games in a row where they could try and win it, including one at home. This is a huge, huge, huge goal. And I'm telling you right now, this is a huge, huge game. What a shot by Mahavlich. And it goes in. Pete Mahavlich with the goal. And it is 2-0. Mahavlich, look at that. Oh, Mark Crawford not happy about that. He's a little bit upset, but 2-0 now. Colorado needs a goal to make it 2-1. It was that they could get one earlier. There's Henry Richard up to 219 in hits. Gordie Howe, Morenz is really flying around there. Mahavlich with the goal. Savard and Gainey will have it. So there's Mahavlich there. And he gets the goal. So taking a look, that is Pete Mahavlich. Here's Morrell, will take it for Colorado. Bob Gainey again, they're going to push it over. All the way back, and Wolski again. Pete Carbonneau in front to Gainey, and he can't have it. The hard hit, and here it is in front. Pete Carbonneau over to Mahavlich. Langway again, no good there. They're going to push it hard. They hold PK Subban up on the boards all the way to mid-ice. Right now it is quiet here. It's 2-0, a solid lead for Montreal. Boy, they've dominated 25-13 in front, and that's going to be a miss. So here's Parker again. They're going to go in front of the net. Richard will take a look over to Subban. PK Subban. Over to Richard. Richard will take the shot. Saved by Raw. And a whistle. So Henry Richard, a little bit of bumping in the middle. 26-13. It was 13-11 Montreal in shots. And it has been 13-2 ever since then. They have dominated this game so far. And Mahavlich is up to 5 goals in the playoffs. 2-0 Montreal lead. They're doubling Colorado in shots. What a sound way they're winning here. They needed this game, their number 1 seed, and here comes Lemieux now. Lemieux over to Podine. Podine into the Montreal end. They want to take a shot, saved by Raw. Goals are hard to come by, and they know it. Lemieux into the corner. Over to Ray Bourque. Bourque, Lemieux will steal it away. Here's Lemieux. They go to Blake. Blake again will move over. Blake, the shot no good there. To the near side. They go to Lemieux. Lemieux over to Bourque. Here's Claude Lemieux. The shot no good there. And Podine. Blake again. The shot, it'll be deflected. And in front, they take a look. Haydick, and in front of there, Richard. Podine again will have it. And they're going to push it again. 11:20 to go. There's Podine. Sean can't get the crosser. Can't get the one-timer. Robinson with a hit. They go to Chelios. Chelios again on the near side. Here's Chelios. He'll take it and he'll push it to Haydick. Here comes Haydick again. Haydick will move up. Here's Tanguay. Over to Sakic. The shot no good. Haydick again. He'll take a look over to the side. And it'll go all the way back to his own end. Here's Adam Foote. Halfway through this game. And right now, here's Sakic. Pushing it over. Here's Joe Sakic. The shot and a save by Raw. And he will hold. 2-0 Montreal halfway through this game. Right now, Montreal has really picked it up this period. A solid period in which they are really looking good. Point. Over to Cornier. Cornier over to this side. They go to Damphousse. Damphousse over to Savard. Hard hit, Damphousse. Bellevue. And Jones again. Here's Yell. Stephen Yell. Yell. And he can't have it. Bellevue again over to Damphousse. Damphousse to Cornier. Cornier over the near side. Here's Savard. Savard, the shot no good. It's going to be in the air. So here's Foote. Adam Foote again. They're going to bring it on the near side. Here's Yell. Yell with under 9 minutes to go. Yell will take a look. Here's PK Subban. Subban. It'll be all the way over to Mahavlich. Mahavlich won, and Raw the save. And a whistle with 8.5 to go. 2-0 Locke and Forsberg. They're going to go to Lefevre. And they push it over. Locke, Geoffrin, the shot, save, Raw. And Podine again. Podine to Lemieux. Here's Lemieux. It'll be up and over and all the way back. Langway again. Forsberg, the shot no good, and Raw. And so it's 2-0 Montreal. They lead Colorado. Push back. Wolski, shot no good. It'll be off to the side. Locke over to Subban. Subban, 7.5 to go. Mahavlich to Locke. The shot save. Puck will go into the corner. Here's Locke. To Worrell. Worrell over to Wolski. Wolski again. Wolski will bring it up. Here's Wolski, the shot and the save. LaPointe will bring it over to Richard. Richard over to Morenz. Morenz will bring it up. There's an empty net and a penalty on Colorado. Now, right now, I'm telling you right now, Colorado is... They're not playing a good game. They just came out flat and, oh, he hit hard. Then he got up and, yeah, he just ran over Patrick Raw, and you can see Wojtek Wolski with the penalty, and now they're going to have it 1 of 2 on the power play. Now this will be the third attempt for Montreal. 2-0 Montreal. Hit back, Chelios to Richard, over to Raw, and Patrick Raw again. That's going to be the save. Patrick Raw now 2-0 Montreal. Ray Bork to the near side. They're going to bring it over. Tanguay again. That's going to be all the way back and into the back of the net. Chelios over to Tanguay. Tanguay again to the near side. They go to Forsberg. The shot no good, and Raw again to save. 1:22 to go here in the power play. So 1:22 to go, and let's take a look. Forsberg, and what a shot there. A 1-0 game, a 2-0 game, 30-18 in shots. Robinson over to Chelios. They're going to have about a minute left on the power play. Fournier trying to make it 3-0. Fournier in the save, Raw, and he will hold. They really don't want that, though. They're winning face-offs, so that'll be a big thing there. So Colorado won face-offs in the first 3 games. They tied last game. I believe it was 40-40 in face-offs. Fournier over to Lemieux. Lemieux will bring it in. Montreal's won everything this game. Lemieux will take it. The shot saved by Raw. And here's Robinson again to Damphousse. Damphousse again will bring it over to the side. Damphousse over in front. Fournier can't have it. Rice trying to stuff it in, and there's a whistle. They still got 22 seconds. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Montreal, big stretches this period where it's just been free-flowing ice. It's been really fun to watch. Morenz again, they're going to win the They're going to win the face-off. Subban over, and here's Bork. Bork to Haydick. Haydick again over to Yell. Yell will bring it over. Yell to the near side. And they're going to go to Subban. Subban to Langway. Langway again to Blake. Blake over, they're going to hit it to the other side. 4:20 to go. Jones, with 4 minutes to go. Here's Colorado. It's 5-on-5 now. They want to get something. Chelios. Chelios a hard hit. They go to Cornier. Here's Cornier. The shot no good. They go over. They're going to go to Chelios. Over into Vinny D. And oh, what a hard hit. That'll be boarding on DeVry. Greg DeVry. And it'll be a 4-on-4. Watch Greg DeVry with the hard hit right on Bellevue. And then let's see what happens. So DeVry is in there for boarding. And upset and angry. Yeah, this is the last 2 minutes. It's taken forever. So 3-0. I think it's a 4-on-4. So they're going to get the other guy for running into Patrick Raw for Montreal. I don't know who that is. But again, and that's going to be 4-on-3. If Colorado can get a shot here, it's cross-checking on Frank Mahavlich. There's Pete Mahavlich and Frank. Watch Frank. Good night right in the back. Hard to do that. And Frank will be in the box right by Vinny D, who's also in the box. 4-on-3, so it's time that Colorado can get a goal here. They haven't had a power play. They got nothing so far in this game. 3-0 Montreal. Second time in this series, it's been 3-0. It'll be to the near side. Hard hit. Sakic will take it over under 2 minutes. Here's Rob Blake. Blake over to the side. Forsberg over. They're going to take a look. The Bork, the shot save. LaPointe again over, and here comes Rob Blake. Rob Blake again. Forsberg in front to Sakic and a save. A hard hit. Everybody flying down in front. Bork again. The shot save again there. Forsberg behind the net. Here's Joe Sakic in front of Forsberg and another save. Savard. They're going to go to Morenz. Morenz is going to be on the run. Morenz under a minute. And he'll just kill the penalty on 4-on-3. You just want to kill the penalty. Over to the back of the net. They're going to take a look. 37 seconds. Here comes Rob Blake over to Bork. Here comes Ray Bork. Over to Blake. Blake again. Shot save. And they're going to go to Sakic. Sakic to Langway. Sakic again. Sakic looking. Sakic over. And Bellevue again. 5 seconds to go. Bellevue. And 3. The shot no good and in front. And that's going to be zeros. At the end of 3, the score 3-0 Montreal. And Colorado, they just got to get a couple to save face here. They got to get a couple for momentum. 3-0, we go to the third period. Montreal 3, Colorado 0. And here we go. Morenz now against Sakic. We're underway. Bork over to Blake. And now they're going to bring it over. Tanguay is saved by Patrick Roy. And there's going to be a whistle. They're going to take a look as we begin the third period. 3-0 Montreal. Here's Alex Tanguay. Tanguay again. Chelios will have it. Push back to Larry Robinson. Montreal doesn't want Colorado to get anything. They want to get shut out. 3-on-0. They go to Richard Morenz. No good. Morenz again. That's going to be on the side. A penalty. Richard again. That's going to be Henry. They can't get in the tip. And a whistle. they're about ready to go here. 3-0. This is, if you paid all the money for these seats and you're Colorado, you've seen nothing. You've seen an absolute destroyed game. Bellevue over to Subban, no good there. Here's Adam Foote. Foote will push up over to DeVry. DeVry will push it in, and they're going to clear all the way down. Subban over to Langway. Langway to Cornier. Cornier over to Bellevue. Bellevue will take it over to Damphousse. Over to Subban, to Cornier. Shot no good. Bellevue again. Here's Langway. Langway, the shot saved. Raw again to Foote. And Yell will have it. Yell will take it over. Bellevue again. Yell over to Subban. And Damphousse again. Damphousse to Bellevue. Cornier over to Damphousse. Benny D in the save. Looking for the hat trick. 12 seconds to go in the penalty, and Colorado just not their game. Very flat here in game number 4. Just very, very flat. They're going to go to the near side. Here they go. Lemieux over to the back. Sakic again. Morenz will take it over to Robinson. Richard no good. And Patrick Raw with a save. Whistle, 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 whistle. It's been choppy third period, and that's exactly the way Montreal wants it. They want it choppy. So here they go, Sakic and over. It's going to be a hard hit there. Face off on the near side. Morenz over. Richard over to Robinson. Shot no good, and Krupp again. Uwe Krupp to Tanguay. Sakic will push it over. Sakic will look down. Here's Haydick. Haydick again. Fires, no good. Raw. And a whistle there. So look at this. Tanguay again looking, pushing, shoving. A lot of whistles. It is very, very choppy. So here they go. They're going to push it down. Here's Uwe. Uwe to Wolski. Wolski no good. They're going to push it to the near side. They go to Richard. Here's Henry. Here's Ruiz. The Rocket, no good there. Uwe Krupp. They're going to push it all the way over. Lock to Robinson. Richard again. They're going to take it nearing to Chelios. Chelios over. Chelios will flip it back. And there was a man on the ground right there. They got to get it. Parker knocked over into the zone. And a scramble for the puck. And here's Uwe Krupp to Parker. 44-29, complete domination by Montreal today. Here's Frank Mahavlich over to Elmer Locke. The shot and the save. Wolski again to Lefevre. Oh, look at this to Claude Lemieux. Can they get one? And they can. Lapointe will have it behind the net. A hard hit. Lemieux will be there, but here's Mahavlich. Mahavlich with the hard hit. They knock it around, and it'll be to the near side. They go to Locke. Locke again. Locke over to Geoffrin. Geoffrin and Uwe Krupp again. Langway over to Podine. Podine will take a look over to Lemieux. Lemieux over to Forsberg. Forsberg will take a look. Forsberg over. Forsberg, and no good there. And shot no good. Rebound Jones to Damphousse. And they're going to go to Bellevue. Bellevue will take it over. Here's Bellevue. Bellevue off to the side and a save. Here's Bellevue again. Bellevue to Langway. No good. Rebounding in front. Patrick Raw. And 12:09 to go in a 3-0 game. Montreal is just blowing away Colorado, and it has been all Montreal today. Jones got hit. They're going to push it over and walk over. Hard hit again. They're going to push it over. Here's Tanguay. Tanguay's got to be one-on-none. Tanguay hit from behind. Haydick, no good. He almost. If he would have got the rebound, it would have been 3-1. They might have had a shot, but they didn't do it. Here's Bellevue again to Vinny D. Vinny D gets a hat trick. It's 4-0, and there are the hats. The Montreal fans are throwing their hats right onto the ice, and Vinny D gets all of them. There's a lot of Montreal fans here. Vincent Damphousse, an unbelievable hat trick today. And now, there is, you're right, Advocate 8. I am, my job situation. So I had an interview in Cambodia and one in Cameroon tomorrow, and that'll be a good one. And they're going to take a look here. Vinny D, the shot, it goes in. So Vinny D, it goes in. It's going to be 4-0. Colorado needs, they need a goal. Just so. Joe Sakic, nothing today, is 30 in the league. But really, when you look at this, Montreal, I'm looking at this, I am just absolutely shocked at this game. 4-0. Their counseling job, school counselor. So their school counseling job, Cameroon, Yaoundé. I got to find out how to say it. And that's the capital of Cameroon. Here's Barentz at a hard hit. Here's Blake. Blake again all the way over, and it'll be icing. Oh, I was shocked and absolutely devastated, but you know what? If either the Cambodian job or the Cameroon job come through, those are really good schools, and I'm very happy for them. I would be incredibly happy. But we got to get it. We got to get it, That's the thing. Fry over to Yell, and that's going to be a hard hit. Richard trying to make it 5-0. What Montreal is trying to do is just to make it an absolute blowout to demoralize Colorado, to make them feel, how are we going to do it? If Colorado scores a couple, they're going to be saying, hey, we got out of a funk, we're ready to go. Richard Deschamps to save. Over to Richard, 9 minutes to go in the game. It's going to be, it's going to be Montreal's game. I can't imagine Colorado even coming close. Rob Blake over to Jones. Jones will bring it in. They had a shot when it was 3-0 to make it 3-1, but they couldn't get the rebound. Lemieux can't have it, and Larry Robinson over to Chelios. Chelios on to the near side. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go here. 4-0 Montreal leading Colorado. 8 minutes. Here in the third, Blake the shot, and that's going to save Patrick Roy. And Patrick Roy again, a whistle. Under 8 minutes to go, and it's just, you see this, it is, if you're there in Colorado, you're sitting here and watching this going, oh my goodness. What a blowout. What an absolute blowout. Chelios now will take it down to the near side. Here's Chelios, wants to bring it up. Cordier will have it, can't get it, he gets it back. The shot, he scores. They're just blowing him out. It's 5-0. Yvon Cordier, 5-0. Every game is different, but this was the shot that Montreal needed. They're the number 1 seed. They went to 7 games with Calgary, the 16th seed. People were saying, maybe not. They went 6 games with St. Louis. They won Game 6 in St. Louis, but every time Montreal's needed a win, they've really poured it on, and they're doing it now. They're really pouring it on. It's 5-0 Montreal, and the question is, The next game will be in Montreal. What will it be like? Lefevre down to the near side. Lefevre to Lapointe. Lapointe over to Savard. Savard to Bellevue. Bellevue will pick it up. Bellevue over. Bellevue to Cornier. The shot saved by Patrick Raw. They go over to Uwe Krupp. 5-0. They've won at least one goal. Here's Parker. Parker and the shot to save Raw. And yeah, that crowd is angry. I would be, and a hard hit by Worrell. I would be too. You're waiting. You want to go up 3-1, which would put you in such a great position. And you lose, but you lose so thoroughly like they are now. They are just getting crushed. Absolutely thoroughly crushed. Sakic, Lefevre in the save. Hard hit over to Sakic. They go to Lefevre again. Uwe Krupp, and it hit the post. Colorado, for them, they could just say the score resets. It's a reset after every game. A big reset. Sakic over, and Tanguay. Shot saved by Raw, and a whistle. 5-0 Montreal leads. For Colorado, their biggest thing is it's going to be 0-0 at the beginning of Game 5, which will be an absolute huge Game 5. And the question in Montreal will be, will it be more Montreal, or will it be Colorado putting themselves out? I mean, this is a total wipeout. DeVry, Adam Foote, the shot and a save. Elmer Locke will push it up. DeVry over to the back. Here's DeVry. Nearing the back, Mahavlich, a hard hit. And Mahavlich again. Mahavlich will have it over to the side. Mahavlich to Foote. Forsberg. To the near side again. Lemieux. Lemieux. Here's Claude Lemieux. They're going to push it to the near side. There's Bork. The shot no good. 4:40 to go in the game. Claude Lemieux. They're going to push it in. Bodine over to Lemieux, and that's going to be a penalty. And they are booing. Oh, yeah, that's going to be goalie interference. And that, it already was over. But, Montreal is going to try and make it 6-0. You know that. He just ran right over Patrick Roy and put him in the net. Claude Lemieux will do this. I mean, it's a quick game. There's a lot of whistles, though, here in the third period. 5-0. Montreal leads Colorado. It's going to be back to Ray Bourque, over to Rob Blake. Blake again to the near side. Tanguay. Over to Joe Sakic, shorthanded. Sakic, the shot and a save by Raw, and a whistle. 4 minutes to go in the game. 5-0 Montreal leading Colorado. So Rob Blake again. 5-0 Montreal leading Colorado. Over to the side, no good, and Forsberg, no. They're going to go to Chelios. Chelios on the run. Here comes Chris Chelios. Chelios taking a look. Chelios no good. Here's Adam Foote. Over to Forsberg. They go to the near side. They go to Forsberg. Here comes Forsberg and Richard to steal. Lorenz again will take it to Chelios. Chelios will bring it up. Here's Chelios over to Richard, the shot and a save. They're going to bring it again. We'll take a look. They're going to have it over to Forsberg. Forsberg again to Worrell. Worrell, the shot no good. Worrell, a hard hit. And they put him against the corner. Montreal, the power play. The Avalanche, an empty net. I think that's for the game. The shot no good, and that's going to be a penalty on Morentz. Howie Morentz. And boarding there. They're just beating him up. Oh, he hit Adam Foote. Just beat him up. This is a game that Colorado wants to forget, and Montreal wants to keep going as long as possible. Montreal wants whistle, whistle, and whistle. They want Colorado to remember this for the rest of the series. Over to Robinson. Robinson again. They're going to clear. Maybe. No. Bellevue. And all the way down, it'll be Colorado power play now. Bork over to Blake. Blake over to Podine. Here comes Henrik Podine. Scott Podine. Sorry. Sean Podine. Sean Podine. A lot of Podines in here. Chaliosto. Blake will be in front. Blake scores. Rob Blake. And they get one. And I think that's big that you get one. You get one to show that you can score and you want to get momentum. The power play goal by Rob Blake. And watch this. Got it out of the air and Rob Blake snipes it right from there. Over Ron. They actually beat him. It's going to be 5-1. So going into Montreal, you always want the last goal. They put it down and Rob Blake. Good night. He knows it's 5-1 now. Rob Blake with 5 goals now. Peter Forsberg with 11. Sean Podine. Forsberg with 12. Podine with 11. 5-1. Under 2 minutes to go, and they'll face it off. Here's Podine over to Forsberg. Forsberg again. Forsberg scores. It's 5-2. Hey, how about that, Peter Forsberg? And now all of a sudden they get momentum going into the next game. Peter Forsberg. A 5-2 game, and watch Forsberg against this. I think it's a fourth line. Good night there. They're getting momentum. Getting momentum here, Peter Forsberg. And good night. So Forsberg 13 goals in the league, and Forsberg working his way up. 5-2 now. Vinny D with the hat trick. He'll get number 1 star. Here's Ray Bork. Bork to Forsberg, no good. Blake over to Lemieux. And the head, here's PK Subban, and here's Subban, 1-on-none. Subban, shot saved. Want to go down. Oh, they couldn't get it. Vinny D. He scores. That's his 4th goal. Now falling back was Rob Blake in the back of the net, and it was very weird. He went to get the puck and he fell down. Here's Vinny D. Vinny D in a third period that just won't end. Look at Rob Blake falling on the ground right in the back of the net. Watch him. See, he hits the net and he falls down. Didn't see where it was, and that allowed Vinny D to score. And now it is 6-2. And they're going to get the last goal going into Montreal probably. A lot of whistles. A lot of 4 goals in the game for Vinny D. So they're going to bring it over. He'll be number 1 star easy. Alex Tanguay. Tanguay again to the back. Under a minute here. Here's Cornier over to Bellevue. Bellevue, the shot no good. And they're going to bring it in to the corner. They're going to have it off to the side. Alex Tanguay over the near side. They're going to push it all the way over to Sakic. Sakic over to Haydick. And a whistle. They just won't end this game. Bellevue, they are just making Colorado just feel it. They know they're going to win, and they're making them be on the ice for as long as possible. This game just will not end. This last 2 minutes literally has gone about 9 minutes. So they're about ready to go here. They just want to get it over with. Colorado wants to get off the ice the last 39 seconds. Well, this is lasting forever. They go over to Foot to Jones. Hard hit here. Foot again. Here's Adam Foot. They go to Podine. Podine in the middle to Yell. The shot no good. Raw. They go to Robinson. 25 seconds to go. Down to DeVry. DeVry. And Foot over to Yell. Yell and hard hit to the near side. Jones to DeVry to Yell. They go in front. Raw. 12 seconds to go and a whistle. There's been 95 shots in this game. Like, they are just letting this go. This game has to end. My God. We were on last 3 minutes has literally took almost 10 minutes. Montreal's loving every second of it. Colorado and the average fan are like, it's over. They're looking to the next one. Raw, 8 seconds, and Chelios, and finally they're going to end this game right here. Your final score, Montreal 6, Colorado 2, and Montreal with an absolute devastating win. An absolute devastating win over the Avalanche. Thoroughly beat them. They rested a lot of the first stringers. But what a win. And the series is tied at 2 as we go back to Montreal. Your final 6-2. Vinny D with 4 goals in the game. Should be number 1 star. And Patrick Raw, what a great game instead of the last 2 minutes when he gave up 2 goals. And your final score, Montreal 6, Colorado 2. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the game. The 3rd star of the game is going to be Patrick Raw of Montreal. 39 saves, and he looked good a lot of the times. Second one, Yvon Cornier, goal, 2 assists, and 8 hits. And Cornier, what a hard hitter today. Oh my. Flattening people left and right. And the last one is Vinny D. 4 goals, no assists, and 9 hits. Vinny D, this is his 4th goal on the road. What a performance by him. Taking a look right now, game stats, 6-2. Your final, 54-41 in shots. So they win that in face-offs. Colorado still wins face-offs. They won in the 3rd period. There were 22 of them. 25-23 in face-offs. Not that many really in the game, but the 3rd period kind of took forever. So now your final, Montreal 6, Colorado 2. Taking a look now in the standings, it'll go back to Montreal for game number 5. In a huge game, Colorado has not been to a 7th game, so if they lose, they're in panic mode. Montreal went to a 7th game against Calgary and just blew them away. So that's where we stand. All right, have a great day. We'll see you later.